Okay. Now. All right, here we go. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing well. Hope this is our third night of the week. I'm one of your co-hosts, Carlos Millsap, and this is my partner, Brad Stewart. Say hello, Brad.
So how are we doing tonight?
Doing fantastic, doing fantastic. We're looking forward to another fun-filled night of talking to people about none other than infinite banking and how they can actually make this actually work in their favor. Brad, I know we have questions we'll get into today, but it's amazing how even as professionals, life insurance agents, and that even me working in the profession, I was kind of clueless about the infinite banking concept. So there's still a lot of professionals out there that aren't aware of it. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, it's true. You and I have shared many travels together in this field, and I'm really amazed how much I didn't know until I dove into it and started digging up all the good stuff and weighing it against the maybe not as important stuff. And you don't find a whole lot of life insurance professionals who know anything about this. And I have to confess,
Absolutely.
There was a time when I was one of those guys at one point.
Likewise myself.
Sure.
Here's what's crazy is that I have a friend of mine that he had posted Becoming Your Own Banker book on Facebook, and he's a firefighter, and I was like, wow. I said, hey, great book. I help people get into this and so on and so forth. And then he and I had a conversation, and then he said that he actually had somebody that came in from Utah because he didn't know that I knew anything about this. So that's my fault that I was a secret agent, so to speak, and not letting him know that. So now I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I get the word out. We get the word out to tell people about infinite banking and how it works, because it actually can benefit a lot of people. And when we start looking at the stock market and what the stock market has done today and what it's been doing for the past week or so, we can actually help a lot of our people in that particular manner, which is going to lead us into our first question. But before I do that, one thing that I want to say is this. This is when it comes to infinite banking and putting your money inside of a life insurance policy, it's not either or. It's not that you put your money inside of a life insurance policy and you don't put your money in the stock market, or you don't buy cryptocurrency, or you don't purchase real estate. It's you put your money inside of a life insurance policy, and you can invest in real estate, invest in cryptocurrency, invest in the stock market, because so you get to use that same dollar twice. So I just, a lot of people think it's a either or, and I want them to understand that it's not a either or. You can put your money here and then put your money there. Yeah.
Totally agree. I
So
think
Brad,
one of the things that people don't recognize is that it's a lot of the way people use their money now. It's one and done, and it's over and it's gone. And then we got to make more money to replace the money we just
absolutely,
spent. So this program opens up a lot of doors
absolutely.
that people would have the opportunity to be more efficient with their money.
Yep. And get that uninterrupted compound interest. So the first question is, does the stock market affect this program like it does the 401k?
That's a powerful question. Really powerful question. I think
It
one of
is.
the biggest things that I found, because people in the vast majority of employees and workers and stuff have 401k programs now, and the old pension plan that companies had for years has gone the way of the dinosaur. You get to read about it, but with the exception of government employees and stuff like that, most people have 401ks. And I think it's important to recognize that, 401ks and other investments like mutual funds and variable products that are out there, those are in the stock market. They're directly affected by both the ups and the downs of the
Absolutely.
market. And we're seeing some of that right now, like you alluded to earlier. But meanwhile, the whole life insurance policy that you have using the infinite banking concept and the savings that you're building in it doesn't change because of market gains or losses. And that's one of the big reasons. And I've talked about this a couple of times this week, is the whole idea. This gives you the opportunity to sleep better at night because you don't have to be constantly checking.
Absolutely.
Checking up on your brokerage accounts to see if you're winning or losing in the market. So with infinite banking, you'll experience continual compounded interest growth in your policy, guaranteed, while having access to your income, tax-free funds that are available for your needs like retirement, purchasing, or paying off your car and your mortgage and those kinds of things. That it's completely different approach than what you would get with the market with your 401k.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's really crazy is that a person will put their money in a 401k and never really even understand it. And and a lot of them, they didn't even know when they first got them, especially early on, that the money was actually in the market until 2000 to 2003 and 2008, when the market took big dips. That's when they found out that their money was actually in the stock market. And one of the things that people don't realize now is that the average American is not out there trading stock, and that's and so that's, if you look at, if we go back and take a look at the picture of how many people had their money in the stock market before the 401ks and the 403bs, it's low numbers, and then many more people came into the stock market by way of the 401k. And unfortunately, because the 401k, not only is your money in the stock market, but a lot of the big time investors will say that the money that those 401k plans are in are really bad, are really, really, really bad. So, so yes, fortunately, as Brad was saying, that when it comes to this plan here, your money is not in the stock market. You don't have to worry about any market volatility. Okay, so you get gains like your money was in the stock market, but you won't get those stock market like losses. So that's a plus. That's a win-win situation. So now let's go ahead and go over to this second question. So, Brad, the question is, what makes this concept work for me and my family?
I like this question a lot, because for those of you who are not that familiar with infinite banking, it's time to take off your investment hat and put on your infinite banking hat, because you have to remember that infinite banking is based on you managing your own bank, which allows you to take control of your money. I mean, consider how the banks currently are making money using your deposits. They pay you a very low interest rate on your deposit, and then they loan out your money at a much higher interest rate to people so they can buy their cars, have personal loans, whatever, home improvements, those kinds of things. But the difference is the bank's ability to make money off of your money. So if you take on the infinite banking hat, start your own bank, now all of a sudden you can buck the banking system, cut out the bank, also known as the middleman, and you can earn interest rather than pay interest and take back control of your money so that you're able to do the things you want to do and not just support the banks and allow them to make money off of you. So, it's a change your hat type of attitude that you have to have and say, I'm not doing it that way anymore.
Exactly. So basically what you're saying is that people are being empowered to put their money where the bank puts their money. Just bypass the bank. You eliminate the middleman. The bank, so to speak, the bank is a middleman.
Absolutely.
And guess what happens? The middleman is taking your money. The middleman, you're getting the middleman has been very generous and giving you about 1/4 to 0.5%, and they're taking that money over to the life insurance company, and they're getting about 5 or 6 or 7%. They're so nice to you, and thank you for helping the banks out. But now it's time for you to help your family out.
Absolutely. And I think that's, again, change the hat that you wear, think differently. Life is going to change for you.
Absolutely. Now, the third question that we have is, are there any tax consequences using this program?
Oh my goodness. Looking at this question, I had to consider this because
give it to them straight.
I have to tell you, for those of you listening and joining us tonight, there are huge tax consequences by using infinite banking. But I will say this, fortunately, they're positive consequences. I mean, let's start off and look at this like you're going to pay taxes on your earnings no matter what. You're a W-2 income earner. You're going to pay taxes right up front. Uncle Sam takes his cut right off the top. And that money that you put into your infinite banking policy the premiums have already been taxed. You pay the taxes at the current tax rate. You know what that is now, today, because it's declared rate. And if you don't know what that is, you can always check with your accountant or your tax person who files your annual income tax return, find out what your tax bracket is currently. But the good news, and again, I said these are all positive, that ends your tax relationship with Uncle Sam right there in the infinite banking concept. After that, tell Uncle Sam and the government to take a hike because you don't have to do anything with them anymore. You can, using a properly designed infinite banking policy that we can put together for you, you'll have access to your money income tax free for as long as you live. And since you're not going to be paying taxes on any of the money that you access in retirement, oh, wait a minute, you didn't know that. Did you know that your life insurance benefits are not taxable by Uncle Sam? So you're not going to have to pay him taxes when you pull your money out. Oh, wait a minute, that sounds a little bit different than what we've been telling people about 401ks, IRAs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because when you take your money out of those, Uncle Sam says, pay me right now, up front.
Exactly.
I got to get my cut.
Give me my money.
Give me my money. That's right. And so, since you have to, for the infinite banking, you don't have to pay taxes ever again on that money, including all of the growth. Completely different from the 401k and the IRA. So, and the part
Right.
that's going to be the part that's really going to hurt, Carlos, on this is, remember, we don't know what the tax rate will be when you take that
I
money
have no
out
idea. I
5,
have
10,
no idea.
15, 20 years down the road. One thing that I think we can
Yeah.
say with assuredness is we have a pretty good idea of where taxes are going. And right now, the way things are going, because of our indebtedness as a nation, taxes are going to go up. And so
Absolutely.
there's a very good chance that you're going to be seeing taxes start to climb, and less of the money that you saved is going to be in your pockets and more of it's going to be in Uncle Sam's. So, and
Absolutely.
the other part that we haven't even talked about, we mentioned it in passing yesterday, but is the whole thing about, instead of paying Uncle Sam taxes, you don't have to pay a money manager anymore. So you get to keep more of your money again. So the money that you're saving, you just continue to build more wealth with it because you have less money going out to pay these other situations. So taxes, money manager is guaranteed compound interest. So, and like we said earlier, remember, one of the benefits that's in there is the death benefit. This becomes a tax-free wealth transfer tool that goes on to your beneficiaries. And in most cases, it'll be the next generation of people in your family. Those are big, big issues. And I think that's very, very powerful that people have never considered. So again, put your infinite banking cap on and look at it through a different thinking cap.
Absolutely. And once again, I was joking with Brad a little earlier. I said, "Hey, look, there's a smart way of taking money out of the plant, and there's a dumb way. So don't take it out the dumb way because there will be tax consequences. Take out the smart way, and you don't have to worry about the taxes." Well, we're out of time for tonight. We want to thank you once again for coming out and listening in with us today. Talk about infinite banking,
Absolutely.
and we'll be back on next Tuesday, which is the 17th. So we look forward to seeing you there. So invite some friends out because we want to make sure that you guys are infinite banking smart. Once again, thank you for your time.
Appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye now.